been a little while. Well, maybe not that long since I've done an update on the 29. This tank has definitely become one of my favorites. It's always looking pretty good these days. Sea anemone is gone still. No plans to replace it. I am really liking the look of the octospawn and the hammers and all that up top. Kind of want to get a yellow hammer somewhere in here. Thinking maybe in the front here, between these two hammers, maybe a nice yellow one. I just don't want to mess up my Ghani. But the gold torch is doing good. It's definitely one of my favorite corals right there. And my gorgonia is doing good. I built a little pedestal for this thing because my two-spot kept burying it and pissing off the edges a little bit. You can see it's a little bleached out on the edges. But it's coming back. Just doing just fine. Not too concerned. What else? These mushrooms taking off back here. This little war coral's doing alright. The sun coral, the black ones are doing good. The branching ones, hit or miss. Actually grew into a head on the one head, but then the rest of them are like doing horrible. It's just, I don't know. I'm working on it. We'll see how it comes. This thing is still recovering from when the echinata fell on it. This echinata here fell onto this back when this was over here. That's why it's not over there anymore. So hopefully it recovers. It's been I think it has been actually. It looks like it's, let's see, it's sort of creeping back up on there, but now there's hair growing in between it, which is not good. I've noticed the hermit's sitting up there cleaning it, so we'll see if things work themselves out. Too much going on down here. It's pretty nasty with all these sponges, little pineapple sponges and pencil sponges, whatever else, I don't know. I had to replace the foam in here recently. Trying to see if I can adjust the brightness here. Yeah, so I used a slightly shorter piece than last time. See, it's not quite as tall, maybe an inch less tall or something. And I don't know, it seems like it did alright. Still got the little float switch on the skimmer, it's working good. My Apex probes, although I don't even want to mention them by name anymore, they pissed me off. I got into a little bit of a bout with their marketing guy. You know, it should be of no surprise that they want to cover up problems with their system. Needless to say, I'm probably not going to be recommending them in the future, which is kind of crazy given they were one of the reasons I probably started this channel. But, well, me getting into tanks and controllers and all that was kind of one of the inspirations. But yeah, we'll see if I build the big 8-foot tank, if I either DIY something or maybe go with the GHL Proflux or whatever it's called. I don't know, we'll see. But it is working mostly. But the instability issues are kind of making it hard to recommend. What else? Oh, went back to the mini reactor. Part of the reason being that I was trying to tumble, and then I don't know, tumbling was not working out. It would end up just making a mess. Things would get loose in there. So now it's packed tight, and the carbon and GFO is mixed. So no tumbling, but no disasters either. And the old reactor, which was the full-size one, but not the deluxe, the regular full-size, that is now downstairs. And I'm no longer using the deluxe because it's all push connect on those. The regular and the mini, it's 1/2 inch, and you can use barb or whatever you want, 1/2 inch PVC even. So Kind of liking those a little better. One other thing, been trying to use Benepets exclusively on this tank, whereas I'm using Reefroids and Coralific Delight and all that other stuff on my other tank. Why? I don't know. I just want to see if it works. They sponsor my form, or I guess they're a sponsor of the forum that I moderate. So, I'm not someone who's going to just blindly advertise it, and I'm not like promoting it or anything on the forum. It's more just that they themselves post like a advert or whatever. But I figure I want to see if it works. I actually noticed some promising results with the hurt Lobo, the brain that's recovering. It was puffing up like crazy when I fed it that stuff. It almost was looking like that part of it was covered, so it was impressive. But we'll see. Like I said, other coral foods might do the same thing, so I'm not going to tout it as miracle powder and miracle dust until I can see some progress. But what else? Got this Utter Chaos pretty recently. It's got 3 heads on it, I think. Let's see if they spread. You can only really see the one. I moved these from downstairs. They went out of control, so I broke a few off and glued them up here. All this stuff up here is doing good. And what else? There's blasters. I love this here, how the cloves are growing up through the bam bams and kind of just mixed in there. It's cool. I'm really liking how this tank looks right now. Only thing really up with this tank right now is there's a little bit of a hair algae problem. Let's see if you can zoom in. There it is. Yeah, and it's kind of, you can see the spots that it's in are spots that clearly the snails probably have trouble getting to because it's like in between the corals, But it's like the spots that are easy for the cleanup crew to get. It's mostly not got that problem, so I suspect I really need a refugium to deal with this in a natural way. I could probably do huge water changes constantly and try to suck all the nutrients out of here, but then I feel like my corals would suffer for it, so maybe last resort would be fluconazole, because that should kill this type of hair algae, I believe. It's not Bryopsis, I don't think, but it's the other type of hair algae that it's known for killing. I think it starts with a D. I can't remember the name, though, off the top of my head. Anyway, it's good to do an update on this tank. I've really been enjoying this tank. I've got my big cichlid tank, and in fact, it's right over here. Let's see if I can sneak over here while I'm at it, right? And do an update on that, too. I wasn't even thinking that. Let's see if my camera will let me fix the color spectrum here. Oh, there we go. So, this tank, it is what it is. They're getting big. These guys are huge. And I actually just found a dead mangano the other day. But what can you do? I have 3 or 4 that have survived from fry to adulthood in the tank. So one dead adult one is not exactly, let's just say I'm not going to sweat it. Not really too much changed under here. Looks like it's about time to change my socks. Sounds like something your mom would say. This is possibly new, this Purigen reactor. I've had other reactors in here before, but this is one of those TLF reactors, which, I don't know, I'm feeling mixed about them. I actually just took one of these off, the 60, and put that standard BRS one on it that I was just mentioning. So, I don't know. I think for this usage, I actually kind of like these, but for the carbon GFO mixed together, packed tight, I don't like these so much. So, it is what it is. So yeah, these guys are doing alright. Nothing in the quarantine or grow out tanks, which are over there. They are just empty right now. So, yeah, these guys, I don't know how much bigger they'll get. They're probably about full size. It's funny, I see the reflection of the saltwater tank in the background. Ridiculous colors, even in the reflection, the colors on that tank are just amazing. You can see why that tank has become almost one of my favorites, even though, I mean, what, this is how many times larger than that? That's maybe, what, 40 gallons total? This is like 140 total. But it's just what's in it. You can only get so much out of mbuna, right? No, these guys are cool, though. They're my fish buddies. I just stand here. They know who I am. They see me all the time. Alright, well, it's been a little while since I did an official update on the 120, so it was nice to tie that into the 29 update. And I guess until next time, folks.